Welcome to this month's edition of Focus on Health. I'm your host, Dr. Barbara Brookmeyer, and today we'll be talking about school health services provided in the Frederick County Public School System. And our special guest is Sarah Schenkel. She's a program manager for the school health program at the Frederick County Health Department. Sarah, welcome.
Thank you
for joining us.
Thank you.
All right, well, I think we should probably start off with, can you talk about what the credentials are of the persons providing health services in the schools, and then also maybe what the staffing model is?
Okay. First, I want to let everybody know that the health services in Frederick County are health department employees. We do not work for the school system. We have registered nurses who are responsible for 2 to 3 schools, and every school has a health room technician, and our health room technicians are certified medication technicians and certified nursing assistants. Last year, we had the ability to hire some licensed practical nurses, and we're very excited. So this year, you might see some LPNs when you come visit your children at school.
So another type of professional, and works very complementary?
Yes, they really are augmenting the nursing care. Our students have become more and more comprehensive in their nursing care, and they've helped a lot.
Oh, great. So since it is still the beginning of the school year, can you talk about some of the things that parents should make sure they do every year at the beginning of the school year?
Yes. If the parents have not completed the confidential health information card already and submitted it back to school, it's very important that they do so now. That provides the health services the information about their students so we can plan their health care.
Okay. And then so during the school day, can you talk about the procedures that are followed if a student becomes ill or is injured during the school day?
When a student presents to the health room, either sick or injured, the health room technician is primarily the person who will take care of the child. They'll evaluate them, determine if they need to go home, go back to class. They're all first aid and CPR certified, so they provide the major care, but they might refer them to the school nurse also. If it's an injury, you'll probably, parents will get a phone call allowing them to know what happened to their child, have the opportunity to talk to their child. If they're sick with a temperature, having vomiting or something, we'll be sending them home. You will be getting a little green note this year if your child has been seen in the health room.
Okay, and that's a different type of a note from prior years?
Last year we sent a lot more white notes, more computer generated. These were just really small little notes that should be in your child's backpack.
Okay, all right. And so for parents or guardians who have students who have a chronic condition, is there something that they should be doing every year, not just when the student enters a new school?
We do look at the information card, so that, again, that's a very important document to fill out. But the RN would be contacting the parent if they have not contacted them. But we really appreciate if the parents contact us so we can determine their plan of care, write their health care plans, educate the teachers regarding their child's needs.
Okay, all right. And so say for students who have an allergy to say some food or bees or something else, and they might need Benadryl or epinephrine if they come in contact with what they're allergic to. So can you talk a little bit about that?
It's life-threatening, so it's very important for parents to provide the medications. There is a medication form to go with it. The RNs will do, and the LPNs now also, will be doing training of all the teachers on how to use the epinephrine. We now have a food services sensitivity form that's important for the parents to fill out and submit back to FCPS, allowing the cafeteria people to know what needs to be omitted from their diet. So that'll be done on a yearly basis also.
Okay, and so I hear you say, though, it is important for parents to communicate every year with the school health staff.
Every year.
Okay, all right.
Yes.
And then I know we've covered it in a recent show, but maybe this is a good time to bring it up too. So the schools now have stock epinephrine for students who have been previously undiagnosed with having an allergic reaction.
That's correct.
So, and can you explain again why you recommend that students who have known allergies and that their doctors have prescribed them epinephrine, why it's advised that the parents still provide their child-specific epinephrine?
Students' reactions are different, and so it's very important for us to follow the plan of care for that specific child. If it's ingestion, contact, if it's a bee sting, Also, if Benadryl is involved, a lot of the orders we're getting now require Benadryl to be an adjunct medication, and we're not providing that. And how the child reacts to a medication, to an allergen, differs also. So having the epinephrine for that particular child is very important.
Well, what else do parents or guardians need to know if their child needs medications during the school day?
Every student that requires medication during the school day requires a medication form to be filled out. That includes anything from Tylenol to an ADHD medication. We have to have a form filled out and brought to the school. It has to be in a prescription container or an unopened non-prescriptive container. And that has to be done every year. And it helps if we have it before school. I know we're still getting them in, but it's very helpful if parents plan ahead.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Well, Sarah, I think you provided some really good information that hopefully it's a good reminder for parents who might think, oh, when my child started that school 4 years ago, I provided that information. Why do I need to do it now? But I think you provided the really good reasons for why you do need that updated information, why it's important for the health and safety of the students.
We try to keep the kids healthy at school. So the one more thing I would like to mention is that if your child does have a fever, of 100 degrees or more, or if they are having vomiting or they have something weepy or something, to keep them at home. And if they're on antibiotics, at least 24 hours at home so the other students are safe also.
That's
so I just want to make sure you know.
That's good. That's another good public health tip. Well,
Yes.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
And now please stay tuned for this month's Medical Myth.
The most important piece of equipment in your home is your smoke alarm, and it is probably the easiest and cheapest to maintain. Keep your family safe this year with regular smoke alarm checkups. Regularly check the batteries and perform periodic testing. For more information about smoke alarm safety and maintenance, visit the Frederick County Division of Fire and Rescue Services website at frederickcountymd.gov/smoke alarms.
Did you know that all of Frederick County's mixed recyclables go to a materials recovery facility to be sorted? For this to happen, your recyclables need to be placed into a cart or bin loose, not in bags. Trash bags are not recyclable, and materials in bags are difficult to open at the sorting center and are not accepted. The only exception to this rule are recyclable plastic bags, like grocery store bags, which do need to be gathered together inside one bag so that they don't get caught in the sorting facility's machinery. Also, shredded paper should be placed inside a paper bag or cardboard box so that it can be collected and sorted properly. Thank you for helping to make recycling work better for our community. And remember, please don't bag your mixed recyclables. More information on our recycling program can be found online, in our mobile app, or by calling our office. Recycle more, waste less.
And now here's this month's Medical Myths. This month's Medical Myths is about alcohol drinking by young persons. Recent survey results found that 63% of Frederick high schoolers report having had at least one drink of alcohol on one or more days in their life. Almost 18% reported that they had their first drink of alcohol other than a few sips before the age of 13. More than 36% of high schoolers reported having at least one drink in the past 30 days. An even more alarming statistic is that 21% of Frederick County high schoolers reported having 5 or more drinks of alcohol in a row within a couple of hours on one or more of the past 30 days. Said another way, 21% reported binge drinking in the past 30 days. 10% reported driving in the past 30 days when they had been drinking. The first myth, and perhaps the most dangerous myth, is that if it is safe enough for adults, then it is safe for young persons. The fact is that during adolescence, significant changes occur in the body, including the formation of new networks in the brain. Alcohol use during this time may affect brain development. The second and related myth is that there is no harm in experimenting with alcohol. The fact is that a person who begins drinking as a young teen is 4 times more likely to develop alcohol dependence than someone who waits until adulthood to use alcohol. The third myth is that it is okay for young persons to drink alcohol if they are in a controlled setting like a home party with parents there. The fact is that alcohol use is associated with many adolescent risk behaviors, including other drug use and delinquency, weapon carrying and fighting, and perpetrating or being the victim of date rape. Underage drinking is against the law and can have serious and deadly consequences. For more information on local resources for help, call 211. And now here's Angie Blair with this month's health tip.
Hello, this is Angie Blair, health educator with the Frederick County Health Department. This month's health tip is brought to you by the Frederick County Developmental Center and the It's a Noisy Planet Protect Their Hearing Public Awareness Campaign, a program of the National Institutes of Health. Noise-induced hearing loss, or NIHL, is preventable. Learn about the causes and prevention of NIHL so that you can have healthy hearing for life. NIHL can be caused by a one-time exposure to an intense impulse sound, such as an explosion, or by continuous exposure to loud sounds over an extended period of time, such as a noise generated in a woodworking shop. Recreational activities that can put you at risk for NIHL include target shooting and hunting, snowmobile riding, listening to MP3 players at high volume through earbuds or headphones, playing in a band, and attending loud concerts. Harmful noises at home may come from sources including lawn mowers, leaf blowers, and woodworking tools. Sound is measured in units called decibels. Sounds of less than 75 decibels, even after long exposure, are unlikely to cause hearing loss. However, long or repeated exposure to sounds at or above 85 decibels can cause hearing loss. The louder the sound, the shorter the amount of time it takes for noise-induced hearing loss to happen. Here are the average decibel ratings of some familiar sounds. The humming of a refrigerator, 45 decibels. Normal conversation, 60 decibels. Noise from heavy city traffic, 85 decibels. Motorcycles, 95 decibels. An MP3 player at maximum volume, 105 decibels. Sirens, 120 decibels. Firecrackers and firearms, 150 decibels. Your distance from the source of the sound and the length of time you are exposed to the sound are also important factors in protecting your hearing. A good rule of thumb is to avoid noises that are too loud, too close, or last too long. Noise-induced hearing loss is the only type of hearing loss that is completely preventable. If you understand the hazards of noise and how to practice good hearing health, you can protect your hearing for life. Here's how. Know which noises can cause damage, those at or above 85 decibels. Wear earplugs or other protective devices when involved in a loud activity. Activity-specific earplugs and earmuffs are available at hardware and sporting goods stores. If you can't reduce the noise or protect yourself from it, move away from it. Be alert to hazardous noises in the environment. Protect the ears of children who are too young to protect their own. Make family, friends, and colleagues aware of the hazards of noise. Have your hearing tested if you think you might have hearing loss. For more information regarding noise-induced hearing loss, please visit the National Institutes of Health. It's a Noisy Planet Protect Their Hearing public awareness campaign. Thank you for tuning in to this month's Health Tip.
And thank you for joining us for this month's edition of Focus on Health. Please join us next month.